Hello there people, thanks for watching the video and welcome back to the channel. In this one I'm going to be highlighting, there's many kind of things I see wrong with women. If you watch my videos you'll see and I've explained many of my views. In this one I want to kind of narrow it down, and there's many, in my opinion, many flaws with the modern woman, but the fundamental ones for me that put me off is the ones where you get the women who are evidently either mentally ill or completely insane. So for me, either way, it's not a good bet, right? Because if I sit and watch this woman who's coming up, to me she's insane, she's a gold digger, and I would avoid her with every atom in my being, if that's even a saying. And then there's another, I've watched the first, again, few minutes, and there's another woman who's masculine, and I'm going to show you how it's not attractive, and just how men can get caught out by looks, but not paying attention to the attraction, not paying attention to the attitude, and just letting the woman, just not picking up on, yeah, that is a red flag and a no. Okay, so let's watch the video and you'll see what I mean.
Do not settle for a 50-50 man. I swear to you, you will pay for it for the rest of your life if you do. First of all, let me just say how wonderful it is to date a man with a provider mindset. My man makes me feel so taken care of, safe, and protected, like he would never let anything ever happen to me. He knows that I can cover my own tab and pay for my own things, but he wants to, without expecting anything in return. For my man, who I'd consider high value, my sincere gratitude and warm smile is all that he needs. He has told me that—
Warm smell, by the way. Warm smell. Is that a kind of warm smell that you would envision?
my happiness is the most important thing to him, and that seeing me happy makes him happy. I don't think that saying happy wife equals happy life came out of thin air.
Her man sounds like a total simp.
Yep, and see chicks like her, you just look in her eyes, they are dead, there's nothing there, there's no life, it's just a bot with minimal feelings and nothing but self-centered. That's it, really. The only feelings that these kind of women have is about themselves, and they're looking for business. What can you give? They look at men as literally an ATM card, and then they sit and say all this nonsense to justify, I just have to be there and be me and smile and my man is happy. That's all I need to do for him. I don't need to do nothing else. That is insanity. That is so far from reality, it's unbelievable. No true, proper, self-respecting, alpha masculine man is going to accept that in a million years. He'll hit it, but oh by God, just as quick as he'll hit it, he'll quit it. And that's the bottom line. It's insane. Like, I just don't know how somebody or these women can get so deluded. It's mind-blowing.
Because he provides everything to her and does not expect anything from her in return. And she said she provides him sincere gratitude and a warm smile.
Is that all?
So I've been single a year and a half now, but I took an entire year to not date guys, to not have sex with guys, to not talk to guys, to not even interact with guys.
So this is your masculine, crazy, hypo, ADHD, insane. Well, I'm not saying ADHD, but I'm just saying she is masculine and way too like, whoa. It's like, whoa, can we just chill it out a little bit? And what you'll find with women like this is, to me, she is hot. I mean, she's got the rack going on, she's got good looking face, and nice skin, well tanned. I would definitely look at her and go, yes, please. However, that is when I was 20 or 21, 22, whatever, when I was younger. That would be my first thought, just yes, please. And that's all I would go with. But now I'm older and wiser. As a man, obviously, when I see her and I see that, I'm like, yes, please. But then I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Let's just look at how she's acting. And as you get older and wiser, you know how to actually look at personality traits and how people work and operate and see certain ways, and you can pick up on things they say that you're like, that gives that away. Because it's basically like the more you're around people and the more you deal with women, the more you can kind of read them. So now I'm like, right, you're hot, but I can see you're masculine, I can see you're manic, That's not a good sign. Masculinity, potentially mentally ill. Straight off the bat, I'm like, oop, yep, pretty looking, but not for me, thank you. Because I've fell for that before and been through so much chaos and insanity, I will avoid it at all costs now. You see? Because I have had so many insane women. I'm not saying they were all insane, but I've definitely been with about 5 that were literally, they had bipolar, multiple personality disorder, all these insane things, you name it, they had it, all the pills, but I was naive and they kind of hid it from me as well. So once you experience all that, that's when you're like, okay, aesthetically she is, oh yes, but you know, you have to think about way more than just that when you're dealing with women, especially modern women. You need to observe the personality. Ideally, this is the opposite.
They were fucking cancelled. They were off limits. We didn't associate.
Yeah, so you can see how masculine she is, manic she is. She would be a nightmare to try and deal with. I bet you she's up, down, up, down, up, down, chaos. There'll be no peace with this chick. And the more you see chicks sitting ranting in front of a camera and complaining and like wah 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 wah, that's when you can tell that there's something wrong. Because that's not how normal people act. Period. You don't sit and rant and tell everybody your life and these silly problems about men, and it's all you hear, women, men, blah, 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 blah. I've done this and I'm self-healing and it's me and I'm doing everything right and I do nothing wrong. It's all the men, these men, blah, blah. Where's the good men? These kind of women you avoid. Do not even deal with these kind of women. Like I said, I'm going to keep it simple. You're looking for a woman who is peaceful. That is the key thing. She could be the hottest chick that you have ever set your eyes on. But if she is showing traits of masculinity and like manic insanity or, you know, a bad attitude, bitchy, really bitchy, you avoid that at all costs. You're looking for, the looks have to obviously be there. But the key thing is peacefulness, respectful, polite, womanly, like feminine, kind, soft, friendly, you know, loving, caring. That's what you're looking for. That is the traits you're looking for. Obviously there's more, but you're looking for positive traits. Don't accept negative traits, because these women, the potential of the insanity that they can take the path of your life down is beyond any man's comprehension, because women are another level of crazy. Like, especially when they get in their feelings and they feel like they've been done hard by, you know that saying, a woman scorned or whatever. Yeah, so just look for a woman who's as stable and friendly and peaceful as possible, because this is absolutely hot, but it's a no, because of, I can read her personality and how she acts. I can just see what she is. She's a no. Maybe, I'm not saying be unfriendly, speak to them maybe if you need to, whatever, that's fine, be civil, but do not engage with this woman, because she will break your heart. Because believe you me, if you start getting into that woman and you like her, she is hot. She's probably, her problem is she's probably got too much choice, so she does not know who to pick. So you get a chick like this, she will be able to leave you in a second. You have one bad argument, you say one wrong thing, you get her in her feelings and make her feel like you've done wrong, so that means she can go and cheat on you. You best believe that's what she'll do. And then she will slowly but surely break you down with the power and control she has over you, because of how deeply you fall for her. And this is where these women, this is what I'm saying, if you're going to fall for somebody, you need to assess them, make them qualify for you to give them your feelings. Because if you give your feelings to the wrong woman, she will abuse you like you've never believed before it was even possible. And she'll take you to the most deepest, darkest manipulation and control, like controlling you in an emotional state on a level that you would never think would even be possible. But I'm sure if you've been in relationships, you can relate to that, or you've had feelings for a woman and she's just been playing games with you, or, you know, whatever. you'll understand, but you have to make sure you're, like I says, just don't go with crazy.
Negotiate with the male species. But now we're like, okay, we're going to step back out into the dating pool again. Started that about like 6 months ago. But because I took a whole year to focus on myself, establish my worth, understand what my wants and my needs are for a future relationship, I'm able to articulate that so well with men.
And another quick thing, two things as well. The two women with their eyes are different. So the first woman, her eyes were very deep, sunk and dark and dead. So you've got to watch out for women with eyes like that, who look quite evil. And then you've also got to watch out for the women with their eyes pinging out their head and like, bah, 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 and their eyes are just pinging out their head. You look for the eyes, see if they look dead and shallow and just evil, or really popping out their head, avoid.
Now, and I honestly don't think it's possible for men to fucking play me or disrespect me or screw me over, because the moment that happens, I'm out. There is not a second chance. One fucking strike and you are out, baby. Like, and that's how women need to be. Know your fucking worth and what your standard is. If a guy is not meeting your standards because you don't fucking know what you actually need or require, figure that shit out before you're fucking starting to date guys. You need to understand what you need before you're dating. Unless you're just going out there to fuck, then go do your thing, get fucked. But if you're actually like looking for something in the future, I'm not saying right now, I'm not saying you need a commitment, you need the ring fucking within a month, but like, if long term you're like, yeah, my goal and my intention with dating is to be married. Hey, what do you want in a relationship? What are you looking for in a man? What value do you need from yourself? What your fucking standards look like? Figure that shit out, babe. Or you're going to keep getting fucked over by men. They're going to keep disrespecting you. You're going to keep ending up in the situation where you're on TikTok crying over these damn fucking men. And I don't want to see it anymore. Because couldn't fucking be me ever again. And I don't want it to be you.
She rode the carousel for many years and tried to stop dating men to go on some healing journey. Now she has raised her standards so high that she walks away whenever she finds something wrong with a guy. But her standards are also so high, she probably reached a point of delusion, thinking she can get Chad and Tyrone to commit. Enjoy those cats.
Cat adoption!
If you're taking more than 3 or 4 hours to reply to a message from me, you're not interested. They're not interested. I'm saying this so I can watch it back. They're not fucking interested. Why is it taking that long? Why is it taking that long? Am I not on your mind? Am I not on your mind?
Do you see how, like, crazy women are? Like, why simple IQ be like them? If I'm messaging somebody and they're not getting back to me, then they're busy. Like, if you know the work or you don't know them, you can't just expect them to message you and be compliant, because you don't know what their life is like. And you know, these women think that what men are just sitting about on TikTok like them. I don't know, some guys might be, but not all men are into that. And you'll probably find that the man has a life, you know, he's doing things.
Is he not? They're not interested, hun. Don't reply, yeah? If it's taken more than, or God forbid it's taken over 12 hours, do not reply.
See the eyes, look at the eyes. Crazy.
Do not mug yourself off me. Do not mug yourself off. If they reply after 12 hours, like, swipe, delete. Yeah? New rule. That's what I'm going to do.
Maybe he has other things to do with his life than to be texting you every single hour of the day. Let's hope he did not break his leg in a car accident. He will go into his phone only to realise his potential love interest blocked him because he was in a coma and couldn't reply.
Bitches be crazy.
I decided last night to re-download Hinge, and I don't know why I think this is a good idea. It never is. But apparently I was bored and needed attention maybe. I don't know. But they're all the same people. It's still the same people. And they're all resending me like whatever matches. I don't match with any of them because there's a reason that it didn't work out the first time, right? Like, what is wrong with me? My theory on why online dating doesn't work is because when you're doing online dating, the people are just objects. Like, you're able to just kind of scroll through them and see them as objects. And I think a lot of times women are already seen as objects. So then it's even worse when you're just this like two-dimensional photo that they can just kind of pick apart. But also, like, where do you meet people?
I can see her point, but let's be real. Everybody knows at this point women are always getting offers. It's not like that for some men. Like, most men, you know, are lucky to even get a match, whereas most women are regularly getting DMs from men. So it's like, that's why I find it hilarious and insane that women are sitting here saying that, why can't I find a man? Well, because you're too picky. It's obvious. You need to lower your standards and take your ego and just smash it, or you're just going to live in this deluded cycle of where's all the good men, where's all the good men, you know what I mean, when they're sitting telling you that there's all, like, basically there's all the guys on the dating apps apparently are not good enough for her, basically, in her area. So it's like, who's the problem here?
But I don't even really know if I want to meet anybody because, ew.
Typical attention-seeking behaviour from this chick. She keeps seeing the same people because she keeps going after the same top 10% of guys. When she talks about people being seen as objects on dating apps, she's making a confession about how she views men.
She's talking about herself. Who else could you be talking about?
Yeah, so I thought that was just an interesting video, just to kind of give you a few more specific details on what to look out for. Let's have a look at a few comments. 2 is a nightmare to listen to for just 1 minute flat. Imagine being trapped in a relationship with that. That's what I'm saying. So that was a good example, the second one, with the woman sitting slamming her hands and she's all masculine, F-ing this, F-bombing that, F, and just all aggressive. You do not entertain a woman with that energy. That is a woman who is so far from being feminine on the inside, she might as well be like a man who has got anger issues. That is the kind of personality that it really is. It's like a man with anger issues. Because when women, I think sometimes, in my opinion, when women get too deep into their masculinity, they're not designed to operate in that frame. And I think that literally sends them insane. Because it's like they don't know how to handle being that deep in masculinity, because it's like they get lost somewhere. Something glitches and they switch into from their feminine path and they start going along the masculine path. And it's like a man is not designed to operate in femininity. Like, a man cannot be at his peak, optimal use for humanity, like survival, defending things, whatever, thinking smart, quick, clean, clever, witty, outthinking things. He can't operate like that in his femininity. So a woman cannot be caring, kind, compassionate, loving, loyal, peaceful, soft, friendly, if she's too deep in her masculinity. And this is the problem. You need to understand this, and you need to be able to learn about what you want and what you think is right. Don't just say, oh, she's hot, who cares what I want? I just want to go inside that. That is just a recipe for disaster. That's just a, what's the saying? If you keep doing the same thing over and over again, it's just the definition of insanity. So you need to stop just looking at beauty as a man. And you need to start looking at everything. Analyze the woman. Master the art of looking for what you want and don't want. And then once you know what's right and wrong, what you accept and what you put in is your tick or your cross, then they show you it. You know, like if you're saying, right, I want a woman who's friendly, peaceful, kind, then when you see that in a woman and you know that's what you genuinely want, then it triggers attraction. But if you see a woman who's masculine, aggressive, cheeky, obnoxious, ignorant, rude, you know, you can say to yourself, right, I don't accept that, and then you just keep that momentum going. Like, it's basically comes down to, what do you define as right and wrong? What will you accept? And that's your red flags and your green flags. That's pretty much what it is. What your boundaries are. You need to set them. Because like, the bottom line is about this: if you get with the wrong woman, she will ruin your life. Not can, will. That's the difference. It's not like, oh, well, it might happen. No, if you don't vet women properly and you just look at beauty, a woman will eventually ruin your life sooner rather than later. So that's why I do these videos, because I've had women who have really put me through the grinder of mental insanity at times with trying to deal with them, and eventually, obviously, me letting them go. So that was part of my growth, but I at least managed to know, right, I'm lucky that I've got that thing in me that I'll put up with a lot. Not anymore, but when I was younger, I would put up with a lot, and then there was always a point where I'd be like, right, I'm not saying I finished it with every chick I've been with, but there's the ones with the mentally crazy ones, most of them, I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but 2 specifically I ended that was the worst. And because I reached a point when I was like, right, I do not accept this. This behaviour is not acceptable. You need to listen to yourself and what you think is right and wrong. Don't let them manipulate you into thinking that what they're doing is right when you know it's wrong, because that is what they're going to do. Because that is how they get to manipulate you and just absolutely be insane with you. They're never going to be, fair. So you, like I said, you know what's right and wrong. Don't let anybody else tell you, in a sense. Like, you know what you will accept. Don't let somebody try and talk you out of what you believe in. And that's the bottom line. So I don't need to add too much more to this video. I hope you got some good information from it. Until the next time, peace.